Hello there. Hello. Let's see. Welcome to this edition of Fairy Godmother Q&A. I've got two cameras going, the webcam and this cam, in an effort to include as many people as possible. Hi there, Karen. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Just about to get started. Okay, so the question I got was a very good one. It was about managing emotions. Like if we're upset or depressed, somebody was saying you just have to get over it and move on. And the reminder here is everyone, no one is spared the human experience, right? It doesn't matter how lucky you are or what level of privilege you may think you have, or you may have, or other people may think you have. Everyone is here to be a human, right? So as humans, I believe we're here to expand. And how does that happen? Restriction. Oh my God, Philip Blaine, it's been so long. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So I'm talking about self-regulating and dealing with emotions. So everyone has to do the inner work. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whatever privilege or whatever you think you may have. We're all here to do the inner work. And I really believe that has to do with expansion and becoming more. So this person in my life, they were going through a very hard moment. And then they're really focused on what's wrong instead of what's going right. And then some people were saying, just focus on the good and let it go. And it was like, okay, yeah, some of that is accurate. However, everything needs to be processed. Everything needs to be workshopped. And if something's bothering you, that means we have to look at it. That doesn't mean we have to dwell. So in those situations, I love journaling because I think it's such a good safe space. You don't have to keep your journal pages. You can let it out and then tear them up or burn them or any of these things. But the idea is to create a safe container. Like if something's bothering you, it's bothering you. No matter how much you ignore it, doesn't mean it's going to make it go away. So what I say is give yourself, tune in and ask, how much time do I want to vent about this or to let this out? Could be 5 minutes, could be 24 hours. You decide what works for you, and then give yourself that opportunity. I love writing it out, like, because you can write a letter and, it doesn't have to be perfect. It could be nasty. It could be all the things. Like, get it out of your system because the body keeps the score. So you want to express it, let it out. And then when you're ready, and you'll know when you're ready, you can pivot and say, okay, now what? So not everybody goes through life doing this self analysis, but I really think it's one of the basic things we can do as humans. And if you take the moment to reflect on your day, I know not everybody's a journaler, that's fine, you don't have to journal. The idea is when you're sitting in the shower, or you can talk to your dog or talk to your partner, process what happened in the day so that we can be clear and sleep well, and then be open for creativity in the next day. So when we were having this conversation, some people said, well, wow, some people are just like, go, 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 go. Don't stop to think. And it's like, we all have to do the inner work. And that's what it means to do the inner work, is to reflect and give yourself space to feel things. And I'm a big fan of this. I hope I can get it. It's usually within reach, but I don't know where I put it. The emotions wheel. Because as a recovering workaholic, I can be very intense and I can be very, very hyper focused. And then I'll be like, okay, what am I feeling? I don't even know. I'm like annoyed. Okay. But if I look at the wheel, it opens up to something else. And I don't know, it's not here. I'll show it to you tomorrow or the next day. But anyway, it gives a lot more detail on different types of emotions and what leads to each other. Oh, I found it. I'm talking about this thing. It's really, really awesome. So for example, overwhelmed. So it stems from fear, and anxious is part of it. So like you can say, okay, what am I feeling? And identify, because there's power in accounting for things. If you can feel it and then say, okay, this is anxiety, then you create some space, and then you can actually decide, okay, what do I want to do with that anxiety? Do I want to, scream and let it out? Do I want to cry? What do I want to do with this anxiety? Don't ignore it. Always, express it. And then you can decide, okay, am I done? If you're not done, give yourself more space, and then you can choose something else. So, like, where were we here? Okay, I lost it. Overwhelm. So let's say if we're starting with overwhelm, we can explore, okay, why are we overwhelmed? What's making us conscious, right? We can dig a little deeper. Then if it's fear, what is it that I'm afraid of? And usually it's, what am I afraid of that I'm not looking at, right? Because if it's obvious, you're going to be dealing with it. So it's always great to dig a little deeper. So the game of life is about expansion. Take those opportunities to expand. We have to feel restriction. Those are all opportunities for growth. I talk about this a lot in the theme park of experience, when we look at our life, like with the real estate of a theme park, and what lands have we created? How are we using most of our real estate, so that we can look at it objectively in a lighthearted way and then make some changes. So those are the thoughts. That was the question. What do you do when you're depressed and can't see the light? Well, you need to write down everything that's wrong. Get it out of your system so that you may be free. All right. Be well. Bye.